Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and today I bring you guys my Mamoswine EX deck profile 2025 post journey together with you all today. I think this deck is really fun. Mamoswine is becoming one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. He's definitely not my favorite. I have to say, when it comes personally to me, I'm still a big Gyarados fan. When that new Misty's Gyarados comes out, I'll be building that deck absolutely. However, that's not until the next set, and we have a little bit away from that. So let's focus on the set we just got, which is Journey Together. And out of the set, I think this and the new Lycanroc archetype are probably my two favorite Pokemon from that set. This new Mamoswine is absolutely fun as hell. He's my first Stage 2 deck I've been playing. As you know, my first few videos on this channel was with Applin or Festival Lead with Seaking. And that's a very fun one prize deck. However, there's no like evolution like besides stage 2 basically. I guess there is like a stage 2 Rillaboom in case you had to deal with like an Ogre Pond situation. But besides that, there's no like rare candy into anything. It's very ooga booga. I'm summoning out a tiny little fish or an apple. And I'm using these stage 1 dudes to basically two-shot guys by punching them really hard in the face by attacking twice. However, Mamoswine says, forget about the attacking twice. I'm just going to hit you really hard for one big swing and win the game, which is really fun. The other reason why I really love this deck is that it's very versatile. There's so many different builds and A-specs you can play with this card. It's kind of very experimental. Like, I think there's like 5 or 6 different versions right now. Like, you can play the Blaziken version. You can play the Pidgeot Lulicolo version. You can play the Infernape version. Shit, you can even play the Nazgul version. These are all like really interesting cards that people have been testing out and playing in this deck, and different versions of different builds. However, the one I've been having most fun with and most success with is with the Ducks. I've been having a lot of great time with the Ducks. It's been very fun. I feel like they're the best so far. Maybe I need some more experimenting with the Blazikits, but I've been playing this deck for a month with Blazikit and with the Ducks. I feel like the Ducks are just more versatile, so that's just my opinion. But let's get straight into this. What does Mamoswine even do? I've been talking about all these like different versions, but what the hell is this damn dude? Well, he has the ability that, hey, you can just add any Pokemon from your deck to hand, which is just pretty awesome. And then for 2 Earth Energy, he has the Rumbling March, which basically is a 180 attack. However, it's plus 40 for every stage 2 in your bench. So basically, if you have like 4 to 5 stage 2s in your bench, he's hitting for insane numbers. I believe the highest he can get is like 380 without like counting for weaknesses, which is kind of insane. A 380 attack kills basically anything in the game, unless you have like Heroes Cape cards involved. But we're not going to really focus on that. We're just trying to one-shot anything we deal with, and I feel like this deck just does that. So let's get straight into this. Oh, do be careful. He is weak to grass. So against like Raging Bolt, we actually have a bad matchup into them, just because they could have the grass Ogre Ponds that can actually really do us in. Not to mention Raging Bolt can one-shot this guy, so that's not really the greatest matchup. However, against decks like Dragon Bolt and Gardevoir, we're definitely a lot more fair into them, and we can one-shot them very easily. So, into those decks, oh, and Terapagos, where we kill the turtle deck. But against decks that are like, oh, I'm Raging Bolt, I'm playing grass cards, not great. Maybe against the Raging Bolt Bellow Betty, the electric version, maybe we have a better chance. But through my testing, stay away from the grass Ogre Pond build, because the grass guys kind of hurt. You can still win it, but it's not as likely. It's more like a 40-60 there, so do keep that in mind. So again, we're playing the 3 Mamoswines. Some people play 4. I think 3 is the perfect number. I do fear sometimes prizing 2 of them. However, if that happens, you do still have the Duck to fall back on. Also, the Mammoth is just a Mammoth. He can take a lot of hits. He's 340 health. So do keep that in mind. We're also playing, of course, the 2 Piloswine, because this is the second evolution that we need for our lovely, lovely TiVo evolution. If one gets prized, we still have the other one. We're also playing 4 copies of Snidehub, which is our Swinehub, which is really nice. I also got the really nice version, and I don't know if it could come out on the camera. I also got the nice version of Mamoswine too, so do keep that in mind. Next, we're talking about the duck versions. We're playing 1 Quaquaval EX. Quaquaval basically has two abilities. It has Exciting Dance, which is like, ooh, I attack you for 60, then I retreat back to the bench. And this requires 1 water energy. However, he also has Spiral Shot, which is a 230 damage by putting a water and any energy on him. Then he basically adds the energies back to hand. So the energies don't stay on him if he spiral shots, but he does do 230, which is really good. Not to mention, he's basically your out to Ogerpon, Earth Ogerpon. That card can kind of sniff you. Any of the Ogerpons are really a big issue, and this card can kind of just snipe them, which feels really good. Especially feels really good when you have a Quaquaval backing it up. This card's really good. It's the reason why we're playing the Duck package. Basically, it allows you to put energy from your hand onto Pokemon once per turn. Really good card. Basically allows you to accelerate energy. So you only place 1 energy a turn. This allows you to place another energy for turn, allowing you to get 2 energy onto your Mammoth, so your Mammoth can swing that turn, which feels really good. The other reason why we're playing the Ducks is Quaquaval, the other version. This one basically says, hey, ability, return 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, and then you draw until you have 5 cards in hand. It's basically like an Iona, but better. Really great card, helps you get rid of like unfair stamp situations, and overall it's just a really good card. We're also playing Quaxwell. This is just again another stage 2. You can play the other version if you want. There's 2 of them. I just like this one better, but hey, whatever. We're also of course playing the 4 copies of Quaxley because Quaxleys are basic and we need it for our whole gimmick. Again, there's other versions of this. You can play the Infernape version. You can play the Nashville version. You can play the Ludicolo version. You can play the Blaziken version with the Pidgeys and to the Pidgeottos and all that. But personally, I'm just a big fan of the Ducks. And the Ducks are here to stay until I change the deck list. And I show you all that in a later video. But for now, it's the Duck time. Anyway, next we're playing 4 copies of Arven for our supporters. This card's absolutely insane. Every Pokemon deck needs this, at least at some copies. Really great card, adds a support, it adds an item and a tool card. Really great card. We're also playing, of course, 2 Professor's Research. Discard your hand, draw 7. Really great card. We're also playing 2 Morty's Conviction, which basically says trash a card from hand. Then you draw until you, for as many basics as your opponent has in their bench. So they have 5 basics, you draw 5. If they have that field spell that allows them to have 8 basics in their bench, then you just draw 8. Really great card. I actually lied. There's actually 1 more Pokemon in the deck. We're also playing 2 copies of Luxray. We're not using it as like an attacker or anything. It's basically just a vanilla. But if we are lower on prizes than our opponent, we can put this into our bench for free. And it's a free stage 2 to bump up the Mamoswine. I kind of forgot about him, but yes, he is a must of 2 of, if not 3 of in the deck. The card's really good. And finally, for our last supporter, we're going to go with the tree route. We're playing 1 colorless Tenacity. I kind of want to bump it up to 2 since we're playing the trees. However, I feel like this is just fine for our route. And ultimately, we're playing the Grand Tree as our ace spec. Now, Grand Tree allows us to basically hyper-evolve a Pokemon that's a stage 1 all the way up to stage 3, which feels really good. It basically allows us to accelerate our Mamoswines without having to need a rare candy and the actual evolution in hand. Feels really good. I do think Precious Trolley can be in this deck. It's between this and Precious Trolley as your ace spec, maybe even Hero's Cape. But ultimately, I think Grand Tree is just really good in general. We're also playing 2 Artisans to get rid of our tree. Also, it helps us get rid of like other person's stages. So if you're going against a stage deck like Enzork or a really nasty like Jamming Tower deck or like Valencia, this just helps you clear their stages, which feels really good. Now, do be careful. Both players can use this, so do be careful with that. We're also playing, of course, Pokegear to search out our lovely supporters. Looks at the top 7 as a support at the hand. We're playing 2 Ultra Ball because you can discard 2 cards from hand to add any card from deck. We're also playing 4 Buddy Buddy Poffins because Buddy Buddy Poffin basically places 2 basics into our bench, which are going to be our Swinubs and our, of course, Quaxleys. We're playing 4 Rare Candies because Rare Candy is the best. Helps us evolve our basics into our evolutions, which feels really good. We're also playing the 1 Earth Vessel to add our energies, the 1 Switch, the 1 counter gain, the 1 super rod, the 1 rocks chest plate. Basically, it says, hey, Earth rock monsters take 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, which feels really good. Finally, we're playing 2 Teal evolutions, and we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rock energy, 1 water energy. I kind of want to play another water just because you might prize it. Then the water ogre, the water duck cannot attack. So it might be a 2-6 situation. However, this is the energy I have right now, so do keep that in mind. So that is it for the list. I've been having a great time with it. If you have any questions, this is just the first video. I'll be doing updated lists as I take these to locals, telling you how I do, and going from there. But anyway, see you on the next one, and bye-bye.